Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard. Blackbeard is considered a strange person, and his devil fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, is also very different from other devil fruits. It's regarded as the most dangerous devil fruit in history, and Blackbeard spent decades in the Whitebeard pirates waiting for its discovery. Yami, meaning darkness in Japanese, the Yami Yami no Mi turns Blackbeard into a darkness human. Despite being a Logia type, the Yami Yami no Mi does not give Blackbeard the ability to have an elemental state, where attacks have no effect on him. He even has the disadvantages of receiving additional damage. However, there's an advantage that outweighs this: the ability to absorb and completely nullify the powers of any other devil fruit user. By simply touching them, and they'll be dragged into the darkness, suffering an attack that cannot be defended against. Hello everyone! We're One Piece fanatics! In this video, we'll thoroughly analyze the mystery surrounding Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi from what we know so far in the series. Please note that the content in this video includes spoilers up to chapter 1047, so please exit the video if you're not up to this chapter yet. With that said, let's get to the video. The possibility of devil fruits having different names. In chapter 1044, it was revealed that the true identity of Luffy's Gumo Gumo no Mi is the mythical Zoan type Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. Based on this, it's possible to speculate that other devil fruits may also have different names or secrets. In the case of the Gumo Gumo no Mi, it was given a different name because it was considered dangerous by the world government, so this can be considered a special case. In other words, examples where alternate names are later revealed, like the Gumo Gumo no Mi, are very rare. However, there's one other devil fruit that could be a special case, one that gives the most dangerous ability. We're talking about the Yami Yami no Mi, the Logia-type devil fruit consumed by Blackbeard Teach. But why do we think that the Yami Yami no Mi is also a special devil fruit like the Gumo Gumo no Mi? There are actually several reasons. Let's go through these one by one. The contrast between Luffy and Blackbeard. The first reason is the intentional contrast between Blackbeard and Luffy. One of the most famous examples is when Blackbeard was first introduced and met Luffy for the first time. Blackbeard said the cherry pie was so good I could die, while Luffy said it was so bad I could die. In addition to this, there are other scenes that show Luffy and Blackbeard doing and thinking the exact opposite things, such as Luffy being a hero and Blackbeard being a wicked villain. Luffy acting freely and Blackbeard planning and acting as systematically. Luffy saying he cannot survive without being saved, and Blackbeard boasting that he is the strongest, and Luffy freed Drum Island and Blackbeard invaded it. Also, there's a contrast between the devil fruits that the two have consumed. Luffy's Gumo Gumo no Mi, turned into the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, is a devil fruit that symbolizes freedom and has the abilities of the Sun God. It also grants the most ridiculous ability in the world. On the other hand, Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi is a devil fruit that steals freedom and has the abilities of darkness, and it grants the most dangerous ability in the history of devil fruits. Just like the two abilities, their thoughts and actions are depicted as opposites. This makes it obvious that they are rivals. Therefore, it's highly likely that there's a hidden identity or ability for Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi, just like Luffy's Gumo Gumo no Mi. Exceptional features of the Yami Yami no Mi. The second reason is that the Yami Yami no Mi is an exceptional devil fruit, even among the Logia-type devil fruits. Remember when we said that it cannot deflect physical attacks? While other Logia devil fruit users can deflect physical attacks through their elemental form, the Yami Yami no Mi's power absorbs everything, even the damage of the attacks, making the user suffer more than normal. This feature was specifically mentioned in chapter 441. I can tell your darkness thing is pretty amazing, but that's odd. If your powers are Logia type, an attack like that shouldn't hurt you. The scene when Ace said this to Blackbeard can be considered a foreshadowing of the Yami Yami no Mi being a Zoan type devil fruit, rather than a Logia type. Rather than being an exceptional Logia type devil fruit that cannot deflect attacks, doesn't it make more sense if the Yami Yami no Mi is actually a devil fruit with a different name and a Zoan type ability? Because Luffy's Paramisha type Gumo Gumo no Mi was actually a mythical Zoan type, it explained Luffy's abnormal resilience. Their greatest strengths are their toughness and recovery speed. In chapter 544, Crocodile explained that awakened Zoan-type ability users have exceptional toughness and recovery abilities, so this provided an explanation for Luffy's abnormal resilience. So, if like Luffy's fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi is actually a Zoan-type devil fruit rather than a Logia type, it could explain why the Yami Yami no Mi cannot deflect attacks. Additionally, Blackbeard is also very resilient, just like Luffy. So if he's also a Zoan-type ability user, it would make a lot of sense. Blackbeard's lines in chapter 440. There's another scene that suggests that the Yami Yami no Mi is not a Logia devil fruit.
The power chose me!
Blackbeard memorized the contents of the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia and waited for decades in the Whitebeard Pirates just for the Yami Yami no Mi. However, it was the commander of the 4th Division, Thatch, who obtained the Yami Yami no Mi. Blackbeard killed Thatch in cold blood and stole the fruit. Regarding this, in chapter 440, Blackbeard says,
"This power chose me!"
This remark makes it as if this particular devil fruit has its own will. However, in chapter 1044, the 5 elders revealed that Zoan-type devil fruits have wills. In other words, 2 interpretations can be derived from Blackbeard's remark. 1. That the true identity of the Yami Yami no Mi is a Zoan-type devil fruit. Or 2. That not only Zoan-types have a will of their own, but also Logia types, and so probably also Paramecia-type devil fruits. So, which one is it? Let's break down these 2 ideas. One of the Yami Yami no Mi's characteristics is that, despite being a Logia devil fruit, it cannot deflect attacks. As Ace said, if your power is a Logia type, an attack like that shouldn't hurt you. In addition to that, considering Blackbeard's resilience and toughness, and the possibility that the Yami Yami no Mi has its own will, doesn't it make sense that its identity is a Zoan-type devil fruit? Also, if Paramecia and Logia-type devil fruits also have wills, isn't it strange that the 5 elders only mentioned that Zoan-type devil fruits have wills? Furthermore, in the SBS of Volume 82, it was stated that Blackbeard's hobby is historical research, and with his knowledge of the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia, it wouldn't be strange for him to know the true identity of his devil fruit. Of course, Blackbeard's comment,
"This power chose me,"
may be just a metaphor, but it is possible that he mentioned it to foreshadow the true identity of the Yami Yami no Mi, because he himself knows its true identity. So if the Yami Yami no Mi is not its real name, what is it? We think that there are 3 highly probable possibilities. Let's check them out. 1. Mythical Zoan-type Hito-Hito no Mi model god theory. A recent theory gaining popularity is that it's actually a mythical Zoan-type Hito-Hito no Mi with a god model. One piece of evidence for this theory is Blackbeard's line in chapter 441 on Banaro Island.
Zehahaha! The sun or the darkness? Only one of us can win.
Although this line was directed towards Ace, it can also be interpreted to mean, who will win? Luffy, who is the sun god, or I, who is the darkness? Even if Blackbeard did not know about Luffy, it still works as a metaphor. However, as mentioned earlier, Blackbeard's hobby is historical research, so it's possible that he learned about Nika, the sun god, and the true abilities of the Gumu Gumu no Mi through his research. Let's also look at the appearance of the 2 devil fruits they ate. It's said that no 2 devil fruits in the world have the same appearance. However, in chapter 1044, it was revealed that the Gumu Gumu no Mi and the Yami Yami no Mi have the same purple color and somewhat similar shapes. Unlike other devil fruit appearances, which reflect their respective powers, the abilities of the Gumu Gumu no Mi and the Yami Yami no Mi cannot be distinguished from their fruit appearances. Due to this similarity, it's highly likely that the Yami Yami no Mi, like the Gumu Gumu no Mi, is a devil fruit with the hidden identity of a god. So, what's the name of the hidden god? There are way too many theories, so let's just cover a few possibilities. First, there's the theory of the god of darkness, Zeha. This is based on the fact that the name of the model of Luffy's fruit, Nika, is the Japanese onomatopoeia used for smiling. So the name of the god of Blackbeard's devil fruit model, we can simply base it at Blackbeard's unique laugh, which sounds like
Zehaha,
giving us the dark god Zeha. The second theory is the god of space or the moon god. Throughout the One Piece series, the moon often appears and is expressed with deep meaning. If this is the case, it also explains why the Yami Yami no Mi's ability is based on space, such as gravity and black holes. It would also be a good match to the sun god model of Luffy's fruit. The third theory is the god of earth, which is considered the most likely possibility. God of the sun, god of rain, god of the forest, god of the earth. Did you know that this scene from the Skypiea arc has been re-examined many times since the truth of the sun god Nico was revealed? From this scene, it was made clear that besides the sun god, there also exists the rain god, the forest god, and the earth god. And among fans, there are various discussions that there may be devil fruits of these three gods, not just the sun god. One theory is that the god of the earth is the model of Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi. We've discussed this in depth in a previous video, so if you want to find out more, don't forget to check it out. If this last theory is correct, then maybe Blackbeard is trying to control the world by acquiring not only the power of the sun god Nika that Luffy owns, but also the power of the other three gods. 2. Zoan type Hito Hito no Mi model Asura. There's also a theory that the devil fruit Blackbeard ate is the Hito Hito no Mi model Asura. Asura are power-seeking gods from Hinduism and Buddhism. That's true for normal humans. But as you know, Teach isn't normal. His body is odd. This is how Marco described Blackbeard in chapter 577. And if we also take into account the fact that there are 3 heads on Blackbeard's pirate flag, these 2 points seem to indicate that Blackbeard's appearance is not human. We think that if Blackbeard's model is Asura, then it can explain all of these. Asura pertains to demonic gods with 3 faces who crave violence. This would mean that Blackbeard's pirate flag represents the 3 heads of an Asura. Also, it may be that Asura's personality is gradually taking over Blackbeard, which caused him to become more violent despite being quiet in the Whitebeard pirates in the past. When Marco said, "His body's odd," it was because the members of the Whitebeard pirates noticed a clear abnormality in Blackbeard's body just after he ate the Yami Yami no Mi. Since the scene where Blackbeard eats the Yami Yami no Mi has not yet been revealed, there may be secrets hidden there as well. By the way, in Hindu mythology, Asuras are always fighting against Devas, and their king is Indra. Indra is a god who symbolizes thunder. If we compare this story with One Piece, then Luffy should take the role of Indra. At first glance, we can see similarities between Indra and Luffy, but in his recent Gear 5th form, Luffy grabs lightning in his battle against Kaido, which is exactly how Indra fights. Speaking of thunder, there's also Enel, the self-proclaimed god. Considering that both Enel's Goro Goro no Mi and Luffy's Gumo Gumo no Mi have the number 5, Go, and 6, Roku or Mi, in their name, there might be a connection between the two. Or maybe Oda-sensei did this on purpose to throw us off. Considering the possibility of Enel's reappearance, it's possible that both Luffy and Enel could play the role of Indra. If it turns out that Luffy represents Indra, then it would explain Blackbeard's connection to an Asura. 3. Mythical Zoan Inu Inu no Mi model, Cerberus. If the true identity of the Yami Yami no Mi is something other than a Hito Hito no Mi, what are the other possibilities? Blackbeard has long been rumored among fans to be a user of the Inu Inu no Mi model Cerberus, a mythical Zoan type. Cerberus is the 3-headed dog that guards the gates of hell in Greek mythology. The evidence for this theory includes Blackbeard's pirate flag depicting 3 heads and Blackbeard's body being described as odd. There are also more subtle clues that indicate that Blackbeard is more than one person. Like Cerberus's heads have different personalities. There's Luffy and Zoro referring to Blackbeard as more than one in chapter 225, and variations in his speech patterns and personality and missing teeth between scenes. Finally, there's the fact that Cerberus is said to be a monster that never sleeps, a trait that's also attributed to Teach in chapter 966. However, Blackbeard did not eat the Yami Yami no Mi until decades after he joined the Whitebeard's pirates. And as Buggy stated, Blackbeard has not slept since he was born. Therefore, if the Yami Yami no Mi were indeed the Inu Inu no Mi model Cerberus, there would be a contradiction in the timeline. There are other theories surrounding Blackbeard, such as him having a split personality or having been born with another devil fruit's power. It's clear that there's something fishy about Blackbeard aside from the true identity of the Yami Yami no Mi. The previous user of the Yami Yami no Mi. The Yami Yami no Mi that Blackbeard waited decades for on Whitebeard's ship was mentioned in the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia in chapter 440. As the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia does not list undiscovered or unused devil fruits, which suggests that there was a previous user of the Yami Yami no Mi, and we think that the person who is most likely to have been the previous user of this fruit is Rox D. Sebek. He was the captain of the Rox pirates that existed around 40 years ago, and he was said to possess incredible strength. However, the Rox pirates were destroyed during the God Valley incident 38 years ago, and nothing has been mentioned about Rox since then. If the Yami Yami no Mi that Rox ate was the same as the one Blackbeard obtained, it would make sense as the Yami Yami no Mi is said to possess the most wicked power in the history of devil fruits, and Rox had ambitions to become the king of the world and challenge the world government. Additionally, if Rox was indeed the previous user of the Yami Yami no Mi, it's possible that his soul resides within the devil fruit. It's also possible that Blackbeard's personality changed after consuming the Yami Yami no Mi due to coming in contact with Rox's dark soul. And with this chilling image, we'll end today's video. After analyzing the identity of the Yami Yami no Mi that Blackbeard ate, it seems likely everything will be revealed when Blackbeard faces once again Luffy in battle. It will be a good opportunity to reveal more on his past and lift the mystery surrounding him. We'll continue to make videos to analyze the world of One Piece. If you find this video interesting, please check out our other videos and subscribe. This will really encourage us to make more future videos. If you have other theories regarding Blackbeard's true identity, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to also know what you would like us to analyze next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.